Hey guys, Marshall here again. Really having a great day over here in Pennsylvania. Beautiful sunlight, charging my body, and I spent some time out doing some push-ups. I was actually thinking about doing that on video, but I didn't do it this time. I want to do that soon in the future, but uh, I put on a meditation video, and it was all geared towards releasing, trauma from the past, things that hold you back, your way of expressing yourself, whether it was, you know, it was school depriving you of your way to express yourself, or if it was parents trying to control your way of expression and your way to look at the world. Um, just releasing, forgiving, all this stuff. It was really nice. Uh, it would have been better if it was geared towards me specifically, I think, because a lot of the stuff wasn't, it was talking about, feelings that you can't accomplish anything and stuff like that. And unless you feel that way, and it doesn't really help to be in meditation, being told that sort of stuff, because that's just adding like, it's just like kind of like adding you to think about it even more, even though you don't even think about it in a way. But if it's something that's holding you back, it's really important to, I guess, release that in that way. But really, the meditation was, it reminded me of what a great way it is to find some way to balance the left and the right brain. That's what we were talking about last video. And we're also going to touch on the chakra this video, chakra, the throat chakra, um, the way of, being able to express yourself in a way. And so, um, meditation is a really good way to help you balance the left and right brain, because if you spend your so much time left brain thinking analytically and everything like that, and you have some time in your day to just unwind and let that right brain do some you know relaxing, getting that calm state that you need, to help, with your creativity. It just kind of calms the left brain in a way, I think. And I think it's really important to find ways. Maybe it's not meditation, but maybe it's a way for you to be creative, to sort of get your thoughts out on paper or whatever. There's different ways like that to sort of get out of the the left brain, that linear like thinking, that just straightforward, like you got to do this, it all got to add up. Take a break from that and spend some time in the right brain. I think that's what we oftentimes fail to do in a long day of work. You often don't have a lot of time to get into that right brain, if you will. Okay, now the chakra here. That was just more of like a general thing. The Also the control versus release. I think that's the big thing about the meditation. Getting from the left brain to the right brain is, you really want to, you go from left brain thinking and want to control a lot of things, and so if you can meditate, that's a way to find some release in that. And that's why it's really important. You're releasing from all that tension, whether it's fears, trauma, limiting beliefs, you can't accomplish whatever it is, with your left brain. There are certain concepts like that you can use that insight into your right brain that calm those sort of things that are holding you back whenever you're trying to even work your left brain in a way. Um, so it's not just one clear, like, to me it seems like it's not just one clear cut way to sort of find success is by just becoming right brained or whatever. So it's definitely something that there's a lot of people that have a weakness in. So the throat chakra, frequency 741. That frequency, could aid in maybe your self-expression, maybe your meditation, and focus on helping to become more expressive, no longer holding yourself back, and being able to express yourself through communication, self-expression, listening, speaking, writing. So it's not only being able to express yourself, but also be able to listen and be able to stay present so that you can really communicate with other people. I think it's really embodied by the throat aspect, the area, of the other alignment through the spine. We already talked about the crown, the mind, the third eye. Now we're talking about the ability to express. But I guess the throat chakra, I feel like you kind of incorporate your way that you also listening skills too. Your way to listen and communicate. And some blockages, inability to communicate ideas. I'm gonna think about that one for a second. There could be ways that you think that your point of view isn't good enough in a way. Maybe you have people around you that sort of limit your ability to feel like you can express yourself. Maybe you need to separate a little bit. Maybe you need to tell that person, hey, I like to express in conversation too. Like, can I get involved here? How about maybe you ask me a question once in a while and ask how I feel about things. That's important because, sometimes you'll get into this sort of pattern of where you're just hearing people out and you're the listener and they're the one expressing themselves. Like, you just got to work both ways here, and that's important. That could be one thing that's hindering, but also that can also create this sort of dynamic that your views of the world aren't as important, and we need to sort of crush that idea that your views aren't. Your views are important. You don't have to push them on other people. You don't have to try to control anything. But feel free to express and hopefully the people around you can accept that. And we talked about this before. If they can't accept your ability to express, as long as the views aren't completely ridiculous, then how is someone gonna, hinder your expression? So this could be because of the built up trauma behind those different examples. And also what can also hinder your expression is like your ability to create like narratives and conversation and everything, and sort of be that person that's almost like the question master in a way. Can you come up with questions to be able to sort of gear a conversation to really understand a person maybe you don't know a lot about? Maybe you have friends that you don't ask them enough questions to even know enough about what their true thoughts are and what they're trying to do in life. And I felt like that was part of what was going on in my life whenever I had friendships. I didn't really actually know what it is they were trying to. I mean, we were all young and everything, but I wasn't sure what they were actually trying to do with their life in a way. And in a way, we were kind of dazed and confused, and we didn't really express those. We sort of detached from those sort of ideas and just whether it was drinking or something, or we kind of just were focused on just carrying on and having fun. No serious conversations. Conversations really never led to anything serious. They weren't. We never talked about, this conversation here about spiritually being connected with your chakra in any way, and so there's all sorts of different ways that you can help add some creativity to conversation, add some value, especially if you're networking. Add some input on what could be holding somebody's business life back, because if your own interpretation of yourself is to not have the ability to help others, you're not going to help others. If you have the interpretation that you don't have enough time, you don't have enough experience in the business world to be able to help somebody reach conclusions, then you're not going to help anybody. So I'd like to empower you and myself to just be, to think of myself as a person that can consult other people and help them find a way for them to also express themselves, provide value to other people's, and create these awesome social circles where we can, do things together. Other blockages: feeling that you're low value, inconsistent communication. Let's focus on low value first. This is definitely something that can hinder your ability to converse with people, especially if you immediately get some resistance from a person and you immediately interpret that as them being a higher value than you. If you sort of accept that, that's going to really hinder your way to express yourself. It's going to be like, oh, I better just hear this person out. I better let them control where this conversation goes. I better not express myself too much. I don't want to upset this person. It's just like, stop giving a crap, really. And I think that's what their attitude is. They've reached a point in their life where they don't really care. They don't necessarily, it's not like they're trying to be offensive, but they don't really care to impress you. They don't care to maybe they go around with a front that they are, maybe they go around thinking that they're better than other people all the time, and you can't control that. You have no need to control that. You don't have to chirp and antagonize. The best way to sort of flip this in a way is not to be ungenuine, but maybe say, I don't mean to be condescending at all, but what is it that you're what is it that you're trying to do with your life, and sort of get, or maybe not that, but maybe some way to collaborate with them, on whatever they're saying. You can sort of flip that to collaborate with them in a way. If they're trying to poke humor at you, collaborate, poke some humor at them, a little back and forth, little jocularity, see where it goes. Oftentimes this sort of will like flip a switch in that person, and all of a sudden they go from thinking, oh, this person doesn't have anything to offer, to thinking, oh, this guy's actually got a sense of humor. Maybe I was wrong about this guy. Maybe I judged a book by the cover. So, and then all this stuff really adds up from, the small talk can turn into more serious talk, and ways that you can sort of help other people in a way. Find some way to create value. Maybe it's your humor. I have a good friend. His sense of humor is hilarious. It's often off the walls and really just kind of provides a lot of fun for the group. And I never really have hindered that from him. I know that that's his way of operating, and I love that about him. And I never really want him to change in that aspect. I want him to always be his funny self and provide that. And so you gotta find people like that you can that you feel comfortable expressing with, and so if it's the other way around and you're always spending time with people that you feel like you can't express yourself with, I mean, that's just what's going to happen. You're going to end up hindering yourself. All of these little examples of them hindering you are just going to be stuck in your mind. And so I'd like to find a way to sort of break through that. Maybe it is some sort of trauma release meditation that might be needed. Another way to sort of block your ability to express really well with others is trying to manipulate. I think that kind of goes with um, manipulate, dishonesty, um, these sort of negative ways, the negative deception towards others. Um, these are very little talk. These are toxic things. But if you get these involved in yourself, it's often going to turn people away and not really want to communicate with you. Um, if it always, if the conversation always leads to some sort of feel, like if that person is upset in a way and it is not releasing his left brain, often providing these negative outlooks. Maybe they're just like political views in a way. um, maybe there's certain triggers behind just even having a normal conversation can lead into just like being upset over things. And honestly, someone that's really in a good vibrational state, someone's got a balanced state, is not going to really want to be able to communicate with somebody that can't regulate these frustrations and these tensions in their life. It's going to be very difficult uh, to have a bunch of good relationships with friends if it everything always turns political. Unless you're actually like a political figure, that would make sense. But like all of this stuff, it almost like distracts from your ability to like really connect with other people. So these certain things that are negativity, if you're talking about other people behind their back, these will just kind of hinder your ability to connect with people and express with other people. That if somebody's smart enough, they're going to know, hey, if he's talking behind my back, or if he's talking behind someone's back, the next person he's gonna talk behind their back is me, and probably think, wow, this Marshall guy thinks he's some sort of spiritual guru, and he hasn't accomplished anything, So it's like, and that sort of just kind of shows what kind of mindset they have, that hindering mindset. It's like they have like an outlook towards how they can hinder somebody else in a way. But that also is the way that they think too, probably. This person hasn't done this. He's not qualified. And they probably think they're also not qualified to do the same thing. So they don't understand why you're chasing some sort of goal, because you're not quite necessarily qualified in your practice yet. So why should they even believe you? And so this dynamic of these push pull, these sort of situations can also always control your way to express yourself. And as of recently, I've been out here talking at my property in Pennsylvania, and just really, there's nothing affecting the way I can express with my channel, which is really awesome. And so I've just kind of been in this snowball effect, being able to express, and then I want to take this out in the world and also be able to do the same thing with other people. So yeah, I'm definitely doing it right now. I'm in practice. Right now, there's nothing to disrupt my practice, and nobody is trying to hinder it. And I'm extremely at peace with myself. I had a great meditation session today, 30 minutes, exercised, got some sun on my face. I'm feeling awesome, and I feel like I'm on my way in the throat chakra. In a way, I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling like I'm starting to piece together and find a way to make my way up to the top most important chakras that we have just uncovered recently: the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, and the expression chakra. And they're so close together: the throat, the third eye, the mind, all of it together, those three, if you can work those, if you can focus on those three, I think you're going to find a lot of rewarding experiences to come, and a lot of rewarding feeling about yourself. I'm having less and less doubts when I go to sleep, less and less fears. I'm just going about what I'm doing. The things that are going on in the external world right now are affecting me less. Even though there's so much political drama right now, I'm trying to sort of detach myself from it. I'm also trying to understand other people's views about it. I'm coming from an angle where I don't have a specific set view in politics either. I'm just a sponge to hear two different aspects. If I think that what you're saying is kind of ridiculous, I will kind of tell you that doesn't really make sense. Or that aspect that you're talking about, what control do we have over that? You know, and maybe I'm thinking about more about how I can take a step back and not even talk about politics, because I don't really have any control over anything at all. It's just a conversational piece that often sometimes leads to tension and attachment. Some people are very attached to their political party, and I'm not very attached to it. I'm like Jello. I'm just kind of flowing. I'm very light, and I feel like I'm a beacon for people to have a conversation with, in a way. Because I am not trying to constrict. I'm not trying to resist or control. I'm vibing. And I hope you guys can sort of embody that too. Find a way to think about these concepts and the chakras, and think about ways that you can sort of find some balance between the left and right brain, and just, you know, be your best self. All right, guys, that's going to be it. I will be back again soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and maybe share it. Maybe comment. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, take care, guys.